Hello guys, welcome to Community News YouTube channel. So on Thursday, 24th November 2022, the day that Ghana Blaster played its first match with Portugal, the finance minister, in accordance with Article 179 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 21 of the Public Financial Management Act 2016 at 921, laid before Parliament the 2023 Annual Budget Statement and Economic Policy of Ghana. So the 2023 budget focused on government strategies to restore and stabilize the microeconomy, build resilience, and promote inclusive growth and value creation. It features updates on Ghana's engagement with the IMF for an IMF-supported program, year-to-date micro-fiscal performance of the economy, the Youth Start initiative under the Ghana Cares program, climate action strategies, fiscal measures, debt management, strategies to ensure fiscal and debt sustainability and promote growth. So among the key things that came out with the presentation was the increment of VAT from 12.5% to 15%. Sorry, and after the reading of the budgets, most especially the minority seems not to agree with with the government for increasing VAT from 12.5% to 15%. But before we proceed, let's know what a VAT is. So a value added tax, that's in short VAT, known as a good and service tax. When you go to the other countries, they call it goods and service tax. We call it VAT, value added tax. It's a type of tax that is assessed incrementally. It's levied on the price of a product or service at each stage of production, distribution, or sale to the end consumer. In 1998, Ghana's government successfully introduced a value-added tax. So the VAT was introduced in 1998 by former President late J.J. Rawlings. So the government has increased the value-added tax, as earlier on said, from 12.5 to 15% as part of measures to reset the economy to the path of growth. This is according to the government. So the 2.5% increment is to directly support the road sector and the government digitalization agenda. So if government needs money to support the road sector, why then did he abolish the road toll? I'm talking about the road minister. Why did he abolish the road toll? Okay, we'll answer that later. So the finance minister Ken Oforiatta announced in Parliament on Thursday during the presentation of the 2023 budget statement and economic policy of the government. Among the raft of measures to be rolled out in line with resetting the economy in the review of the e-levy act and reduce headline rate from 1.5% to 1% of the transaction value, as well as the removal of the daily threshold. We all know e-levy, and when they brought it at first, they stated that a day, if you send less than 100 cedis, you will not be charged with the e-levy. So they gave a threshold. Now they've removed the threshold. So it means that even if you are sending 50 Ghana cedis, you will pay e-levy. And also they've reduced the percentage from 1.5% to 1%. Okay, so let's go through the budget reading. Okay, so he headlined that part, resource measures. So, Mr. Speaker, I quote, government has consistently indicated its intention to improve the revenue collection effort by leveraging technology to enhance tax administration, identify registered taxable persons, and improve tax compliance. Okay, Mr. Speaker, government has received several proposals for review of the electronic transfer levy and is working closely with all stakeholders to evaluate the impact of the levy in order to decide on the next line of action, which will include revision of the various exclusions. As a first step, however, the headline rate will be reduced to 1% of the transaction value alongside the removal of the daily threshold. So as I talk about, if you are sending 50 Ghana cedis a day, you will pay e-levy. 10 cedis, you will pay e-levy. Whatever amount that you are sending, you will pay e-levy. There's no threshold again. At first, you have to send more than 100 Ghana before you are charged e-levy. Okay, let's continue. So to this end, the income tax regime will undergo reform to, among others, review the upper limit for vehicle benefits and introduce an additional income tax bracket of 35%. Okay, so as the beginning of my introduction, I said after Oforiata, the finance minister read the budget, the minority especially seems not to agree with most of the things that he said. And let's see some of the comments from most of the minority MPs. So the first one is Sam Okujeto Ablakwa, who is MP for North Tongue. So he says that who could have ever imagined or predicted that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo, who led the fatal 1995 Kumipreko demonstration? You all remember the Kumipreko demonstration in 1995, which was led by the current president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo. Okay, so let me go over again. Who could have ever imagined or predicted that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo, who led the fatal 1992 Kumipreko demonstration against the introduction of VAT under President Rawlings, which tragically claimed the lives of Ahunu, Ahunga, and 5 others, would today be increasing VAT by 2.5%. Okay, so I bet Nat, this guy, we call him Bongo Ideas on Twitter, very popular, a controversial guy on Twitter. We all remember his encounter with Nanaba Anamwa. So he also says that we are going to pay more for fuel, goods, services because government has increased VAT by 2.5%. E-levy now covers every transaction you make, and public sector employment has been frozen. Keep worrying about black stars while your life is being stopping by Addo. So that was when Ghana was about to play his first match. Okay, so one Twitter user called me also says that the government has increased VAT value added tax by 2.5%, and the finance minister said it was done to boost the economy. How would you boost the economy if you are making the economy tough for the citizens? Okay, so Kwamina Ansa also says that we are going to pay more for fuel, goods, and services because government has increased VAT by 2.5%. E-levy now covers every transaction you make, and public sector employment has been frozen. They decided to read the budget today so that we won't pay attention because of the Ghana match. Okay, so Alex also says that this government indeed has nothing to offer its citizens, knowing well that the whole country is going to be distracted by the World Cup. They decided to present the thing they call a budget. What is the essence of reducing e-levy and increasing VAT by 2.5%? Okay, Yaira Kuku, who was also a member of the NDC, also says that you are going to pay more for fuel, goods, and service because government has increased VAT by 2.5. E-levy now covers every transaction you make, and public sector employment has been frozen. They decided to read a budget today so that Ghanaians won't pay attention. Okay, so Odikru also said that as part of the 7-point agenda in 2023 and beyond, government has decided to do the following. Okay, increase VAT by 2.5%, fast track implementation of property rate collection, review e-levy by reducing current rate of 1.5 to 1%, and remove the threshold. Okay, I can't mention this name. You say that you introduced a 1.5% e-levy despite an appeal by Ghanaians for a reduction and a possible cancellation. You came back after 6 months to reduce it by 0.5% and increase VAT by 2.5% and expect us to clap for you. Well done, Nana Addo. Ghanaians will never make such a mistake again. Okay. So another one also says that so the government responds to the wailing of Ghanaians and this economic mess they created themselves is to increase VAT by 2.5% and freeze employment among others, whilst the president chills on a private jet to Qatar to watch football. Okay. Eh, okay. So I mean, here is where I will end. But as I said, the the budget, they are still debating the budget in parliament, so let's wait for the outcome. Let's wait for the outcome of it, whether it will be approved or not. We live to see. Thank you very much, and please subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you. Bye bye.